Hello, how are you? Today we're going to talk about the type 5 and type 6. Type 5 is the investigator, type 6 is the loyalist. So we're going to watch it again, the same thing, the total key characteristic of Enneagram. It's a 9 characters. So we're going to show you again.
1. Perfectionist improver. Ones value principle and integrity. They're driven by the motivational need to be good and right. They strive for perfection and self-control and appreciate standards and structure. That their work and deeds are associated with quality will also be especially important to them. At their best, ones are tolerant, bringing dignity and discernment to their actions and to the world around them. On the other hand, less well-developed ones may also be judgmental and uncompromising, turning their critical gaze and awareness of imperfections against themselves and others. Overall, ones possess great integrity and are inclined to lead by example. They stand for what is right and good and are able to see details and judge people and situations objectively without succumbing to personal biases or emotion. Type 2. Support, advisor. 2s value kindness and generosity. They are driven by the motivational need to be liked and appreciated, and seek to enter into mutually beneficial relationships. They strive to make the world a kinder and more loving place, primarily by offering support and attention to those around them. At their best, 2s are warm and giving, building relationships that have a positive impact on themselves and others. On the other hand, less well-developed 2s may also be seen as manipulative, having hidden intentions behind their generosity, where they give in order to get overall. 2s possess great humility and warmth, and are capable of being unconditionally supportive to those that matter to them. Their generosity makes them extremely likable and good at putting effort and energy into the development of truly valuable and beneficial relationships. Type 3. Succeeder, achiever. 3s value achievement and being the best. They are driven by the motivational need to attain success and be validated by others. They strive for accomplishment and tend to be extremely adaptable in the pursuit of their goals. At their best, 3s are committed and hard-working, excelling in their chosen pursuits and being seen by others as role models who have it all. On the other hand, less well-developed 3s may also be seen as unprincipled in their pursuit of success. Overall, 3s possess great ambition and resourcefulness. They have the will, energy, and drive to be the best at whatever they take on, and find it easy to believe in their ability to persevere and to succeed. They are realistic and adaptive and know how to do things in a way that's efficient and guarantees favorable results.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help.
Oh,
This
sorry
sentence
about
is
that.
grammatically correct.
Type 4. Aesthetic, romantic. 4s value individuality and depth of emotion. They are driven by the motivational need to be authentic and express their uniqueness. They strive for genuine self-expression and purpose, and appreciate deep connections and meaning. That their work and deeds are seen as an expression of their inner selves will also be especially important to them. At their best, 4s are sensitive and empathetic, bringing receptiveness and authenticity to their actions and the world around them. On the other hand, less well-developed 4s may also be temperamental, with their feelings of emotional isolation being experienced as dramatic or self-absorbed by others. Overall, 4s possess great empathy and are capable of connecting deeply. They are creative and imaginative and good at giving unique expression to what matters to them, bringing meaning and purpose to both themselves and others. 5. Analyzer, thinker. 5s value insightful observations and ideas. They are driven by the motivational need to know and understand things in depth. They strive for objectivity, and their thoughtfulness and intellectual acumen can frequently shed light on things that leave others puzzled. At their best, fives are visionary and fair-minded, offering in-depth analyses and comprehension, and seen by others as genuine intellectuals. On the other hand, less well-developed fives may also be seen as disinterested, as they withdraw into their own thoughts and remain aloof from the events around them. Overall, fives possess great powers of comprehension and analysis. They have the ability to attain intellectual mastery over whatever interests them, and tend to become genuine experts in the fields of their choosing. In this way, they bring in-depth analysis and insightful observations that enable themselves and others to see the world in a clear and discerning light. Type 6. Loyalist, dedicated. Sixes value security and belonging. They are driven by the motivational need to feel safe and accepted. They strive to be responsible and trustworthy at all times, and appreciate kindness and acceptance in others. That they are seen as honest and dependable will also be especially important to them. At their best, sixes are courageous and devoted, bringing a great deal of support and reassurance to everything they do. They're also capable of courageously taking a stand on behalf of the greater good, despite the risks involved. On the other hand, less well-developed sixes may be anxious and prone to worry and fear, being seen as overly suspicious or uninvolved by others. Overall, sixes possess great dedication. They work with consistency and devotion over time, taking their responsibilities very seriously and sticking with their commitments. In this way, they give others a great sense of security and support through their loyalty and courage. Type 7. Adventurer, visionary. Sevens value freedom and novelty. They're driven by the motivational need to experience life in full and maintain a sense of adventure. They strive to be innovative and adaptive, connecting ideas from a broad range of disciplines with ease. That their actions and deeds are seen as inspired and original will also be especially important to them. At their best, sevens are visionary and resourceful, bringing a sense of imagination and play to everything they do. On the other hand, less well-developed sevens may also be unfocused and erratic, as their fear of being locked down lowers their mood and prevents them from following through. Overall, sevens possess great visionary capabilities. They're capable of absorbing a wide range of ideas and combining them in ways that open up new possibilities to both themselves and others. Type 8. Challenger, leader. Eights value competence and power. They're driven by the motivational need to be strong and in control. They strive to be strong-willed and decisive, taking charge in a confident manner, where they say what needs to be said and do what needs to be done. At their best, eights are courageous and assertive, giving leadership and guidance to those around them and seen as a strong and reassuring presence by others. On the other hand, less well-developed eights may also be seen as domineering, as they impose their authority on people and situations where it's not wanted. Overall, eights possess great assertiveness and leadership capabilities. They frequently manage to attain mastery over their environment, with them being seen as inspiring leaders who make others aware of the bigger picture and guide them towards fruitful goals. Type 9. Peacemaker, mediator. Nines value harmony and accommodation. They're driven by the motivational need to avoid conflict and have things settled in an amiable way. They strive to be tolerant and understanding of those around them as a way of furthering harmony and acceptance. At their best, nines are capable of listening to multiple perspectives with great skill in finding the common ground that fuses differences into harmony. At their
into our possession of. But you
On the other hand, less well-developed nines may also be seen as slothful, as they sidestep the demands and expectations of others by simply distancing themselves from them. Overall, nines possess great receptivity and calmness. They're good communicators with a soothing influence on others and an unparalleled ability to think holistically. In this way, they have the ability to bring people together, heal conflicts, and form profound relationships around them.
Okay. So today we are going to discuss the 5 and 6 type characters. The Enneagram Type 5 is the investigator. The Type 5 breakdown is analytical. It's observant, afraid of feeling useless, introverted, private, inquisitive, self-sufficient, mysterious, emotionally distant, afraid of incapability, detail-oriented, values security of resource, knowledgeable, very knowledgeable, the withdrawn, deep thinking. So 5 wings, 4, 5 wings, 6. So type 8 in rest, type 7 in stress. In rest, type 8. Type 5 are the analytical type, and they spend a lot of time observing their surroundings and generating a deep insight. They are motivated by the possession of knowledge, which lead to studies and inquisitive tendencies. They feel the need to know as much as possible in order to defend themselves and feel at ease in the world. And they achieve greater self-sufficiency the more they come to understand and know things. They strive for complex and total understanding of the world, their environment, and their personal roles. Type 5 investigators see the world as being mysterious and intricate with the limitless possibilities of things to run. They dedicate most of their time and energy to generating an understanding of these intrinsic sides. And they value the considerations of all angles. They are detail oriented and In their highest status, they function with a deep awareness of everything going on around them. They are open to hearing various perspectives on a given topics so as to develop a more well-rounded understanding of the topic itself. Type 5s often feel as if their needs were left unmet by their primary caregivers, or that they were overly consumed by the presence of their childhood family. This creates a deep need for independence and a constant awareness and security of their resources. They tend to be highly economical and in tune with the resources they have available to them and when to use them in order to protect their energy levels. They believe this state of conservation is necessary to survive and function. They are protective of what they have and often feel that the world is out, out to get them in terms of out to get them in terms of taking what they have away from them. To type 5, the mind is a refuge where they are safely and thoroughly experience the world. Wings. Type 5 wings 4 are likely to combine emotionality and intellectualism and live out of a hybrid of thinking and feeling spaces. The type 5 wing 6 are likely to go even deeper into states of intellectualization and experience the severe skepticism. The sixth wing also present a need to be more community oriented and social. The subtype. Subtypes instinct probabilities. Type 5s in the self-preservation instinct have the strictest boundaries in place for themselves and are also the most introverted. The most introverted are type 5s. They are the most private and the least communicate of the type 5 subtypes. The type 5 is the social instincts use their passion for knowledge. Passion of knowledge in place of needed for deep relationship with other people. They are dedicated to the pursuit of meaning and discovery and are open to only a select few people they admire with whom to share their ideas and with whom they can have intellectual conversations. Type 5's sexual instincts are most emotionally expressive of type 5's and place a lot of value on finding an ideal partner who, with whom they can build a purposeful, transparent, long-lasting partnership. Insightful, persistent when developing complex ideas, visionaries, understanding the things differently than others, innovative, carefully developed opinions, resourceful, excellent problem solvers, insightful, persistent when developing complex ideas, visionaries, understanding things differently than others, innovative, carefully developed opinions, resourceful, excellent problem solvers. So, do you know the Albert Einstein? He is popular type 5. Made brilliant discoveries due to openness to explore all possibilities. Complex, deep thinker who made revolutionary discoveries. Fear, fierce and challenger. Fear being useless or incapable, overly anxious. Easily feel invaded upon, over enforce boundaries, push people away. Can be selfish in efforts to protect energy, resource, likely to walk away instead of communicating boundaries, limited experience in the world for those in their mind, every man for himself mentality. Do not like being responsible for others' need. In the rest, type 8. The point. The point of integrations and growth. In the rest, the point of integrational growth for type 5 is type 8. In this state, their likelihood to assert themselves and be upfront with people increases, and they are also more likely to apply action to things they've been learning about or want to do. In stress. In stress means the point of this integration. In period of stress, type 5's go to type 6, where they can become scatterbrained and responsible in the ways they give away their time and energy. Spiritual life. True self. True self is possesses the absolute power and the genius God within the universe. Separation from true self echo attempted to fill emptiness with information and insight. They learn to rely on their mind. However, their mind is also disconnected from true knowledge, knowing that they never feel fulfilled, no matter how much they learn. Root, sin, cover, covetousness, cover, covetousness arises from the desire to hoard both privacy and information. Remove type 5s from their feelings and awareness. That removes type 5s from their feelings and awareness. The path back to true self is removing themselves from the void of their mind in order to let the present moment touch them. In this moment, the knowledge they long for the depths of their soul is finally accessible to share with the world and shine a light on the eternal and divine elements of existence. Haptic level. Haptic level 1 is visionaries who understand the world on the broad scale and are able to exist in the almost transcendent state. They are able to accept things in the fullness of what they are, and they are open to all possibilities. They allow them to make revolutionary discoveries and find completely new ways of thinking about things. The level 2 is observant and curious, and they take notice of everything. They are every concentrate of whatever they feel most passionate about the learning in that moment, and they are talented at predicting what may happen in the future. Level 3 is masters of the skills that pique their interest, and they are always eager to learn more. At this level, type 5s are producing a lot of work and confidently applying their innovative skills, there is a certain degree of whimsy at the level and a lot of independence. Average level. Mhm. The average level, the 4 to 6, the level 4 tended to conceptualize everything and want it to be perfectly work out in their mental world before bring it into physical form. They can become obsessive in their practice, research, and creative attempt. At this level, the type 5 is always studying and working to increase their specialization. Level 5 just start to that, detach further from their emotions and elements of reality as they draw further into the worlds of their mind. They become distracted by their visions for the future and the way they interpret reality as uh, as opposite to what is actually in front of them. They begin to find fascinations in the absurdity, sometimes to the point of darkness. They become increasingly impractical and intense. Level 6 begin to pose themselves as an antagonist toward anything or anyone they feel is a threat or obstruct their inner world in some way. This can cause them to become increasingly aggressive and cynical and can lead to dangerous levels of extremism in their belief. Unhealthy level. The level 7 to 9 is on level 7 to 9 are unhealthy levels. The 7 level 7 is begin to isolate. Begin to isolate themselves completely from reality and become increasingly unstable as they react to all forces beyond their inner world with attitudes of rejection and repulsion. Um, level 8 begins to have incredible distorted view of reality, as well as irrational fears and the percepted truth. Um, distorted view. Of reality. Mm, as well as irrational fears and perceived traits. They become obsessive and yet terrified by the state of the delirium they have found themselves in. The level 9, 7, 8, 9. Level 9 become completely deranged and are at very high risk for suicide. Or experiencing a psychotic break due to their quest for oblivion and tendencies toward explosive, self-destructive behavior. At this level, they are at risk of showing schizophrenic tendencies and dealing with scheduled avoidant and schizotypal personality disorders. Yeah. The character 8. No. Character 6, type 6, a loyal list. Enneagram type 6 is a loyalist. The loyalist breakdown is a loyal, community oriented, reliable, value security and reassurance, skeptical in such of tight knit groups, spacious to true feel safe, alert, distrusting, well prepared, afraid of being without guidance or support, detail oriented, anxious, analytical, inquisitive, attentive. 6, type 6 with 5. Type 6 with 5 or type 6 with 7. So type 9 in rest. Type 3 in stress. Type 6 are the most loyal type. Their acute awareness, strong work ethic, and dedication make them essential parts. They are a proud of. The primary motivation of type 6 is security, feeling supported by others and reassured in what they are doing and where they are going in life. They have a complex relationship to authority in that they look to put their trust in others and draw comfort from authority figures, while also finding themselves feeling skeptical or distrusting of those authority figures. Type 6 are more likely to look to others for guidance, reassurance, and advice than to generate those things for themselves. They draw a lot of comfort and a sense of belonging from their social groups and organizations because they feel they are in place where they can always know what is expected of them and work to do the best that they can. Many type 6 behaviors come from a place of having felt unsafe in some way during childhood, likely like they lacked protection. They developed the skill of identifying potential threats, and they value being able to prepare for emergencies and anticipate the potential challenges before they occur. Type 6 constant awareness of potential threats can manifest as a skepticism when they meet new people, try new activities, or enter unfamiliar environments. They live their lives with eyes wide open to both what they see in the present as well as what they anticipate could happen in the future. Type 6 spend a lot of time in their past analyzing things that have happened and creating theoretical worst case scenarios why they are not outwardly nervous people. It is common for them to be on high alert at all time in a way that people around them likely don't even notice. Type 6 tended to be better prepared than any other type. So wings. Type 6 wing 5 is a characterizes by a deeper trust in intuition and as opposed to perceived authority figures. The five wings is less confrontational and more likely to withdraw. Type 6 wing 7 are more light-hearted, optimistic, and extrovert, and are less likely to always be considering worst case scenarios. They know how to find gentle humor in their experiences, even when things don't go as planned. Subtypes. Instinctive probabilities. Type 6 in the self-preservation instincts are 1. And social and seek a more expansive network of friends. They are highly concerned with family matters and accumulating feelings of safety. Um, Safety and belonging, belonging in every community they are part of. Type 6 in the social instinct is the connected of type 6, meaning that their bold and defensive actions tend to counteract, counteract the general qualities of type 6. They still experience a lot of fear and anxiety, but choose to confront it using strength and persistence. Type 6 in the sexual instinct are most comfortable with a clear picture of what is right, what is wrong. Clear. They have a little patience of ambiguity or gray area and are generally searching for more clear cut expectations and norms. Yeah, the right and what is the right, what is the wrong. They are thinking a lot. The strengths and the superpowers are reliable. Reliable. Reliable, community oriented. Is always show up for loved ones. Well prepared, good team players can figure out who can be trusted before other types can. Thorough will check all the boxes and when setting out to do something. Excellence work ethic and responsibility in daily life. The type 6 great at engaging with other people, high warmth, high energy personality, fear, fear and challenges. Fear being without guidance or support. Low levels of self trust. Struggle with doubting themselves, life circumstance, and the people around them. Can be overly submissive, worked all over, struggle to live familiar roles even when threatened or unhappy, hesitate to seize opportunities, chronically anxious, believe a word possess of a constant threat. In rest, point of integration growth, the direction of integration of growth for type 9. Type 6 is type 9. Where they learn how to quiet their mind, accept what is, they draw comfort from the ability to maintain peace by going with the flow. In stress, point of this integration type 3 in stress. During periods of stress, type 6 mimic the competitive nature of type 3 and are more likely to compare themselves to others and take actions to rise to the top of the social ladder. This can lead them to act in ways that are brash or brash and not characteristic of what they actually seek. Spiritual life, true self. True self, resourceful, restful, and trusting in God's plan. Separating from true self is ego becomes dedicated to forcing safety and security bureau via laws, preparation for every scenario, and the development of authority figures. At their weakest, they become overly submissive. Root to sin, fear, anxious, anxiety, arises, increase their resilience, skepticism, and paranoia. They, this paranoia can lead to skeptical assumptions based on all the way they think their life could fall apart. The path back to the true self, moving past the fear, self-doubt, and anxiety into a state of conscious authenticity wherein they can break through the egoic delusion into a place of trust with their internal God-given nature. Healthy levels. Level 1 is able to trust themselves and others and be less dependent upon other people. They are courageous and self-affirming and function as equal to those around them. They tend to be optimistic and creative and function as integrative part of a whole in their communities. Level 2 is build strong, trustworthy bonds with other people and are endearing and lovable. They are in touch with their emotions and bring them some emotional response out of the people they love. Level 3, passionate, diligent in the project, movement, and relationships they value most. They are a source of reliability, hard work, and community mindedness. At this level, type 6 are sacrificial and bring a sense of stability and security into chaotic environments. Average levels are level 4 to 6. Level 4 is dedicate all of their resources to things they believe will protect them and provide a feeling of stability. They are in a constant search for alliance and authority figures and spend a lot of time organizing their lives and preparing themselves for what to do if things go wrong. Level 5, begin to shy away from demands in a cautious, adverse, and even passive aggressive way. They become in that they become in this indecisive and start procrastinating to avoid their high level of anxiety and pessimism about the future. The confusion they feel within can cause them to act rationally and unexpectedly. Level 6 may fall into blaming other people for their issues, becoming hopefully sarcastic and defensive, and creating divisions among the people as they classify them as good or bad. They become more paranoid and suspicious. Um, um, they become more paranoid and suspicious about their security and tend to adhere to conspiracy theories and live in a constant state of fear and doubt. Unhealthy level. On healthy levels, level 7 is launching the volatile state of panic and inferiority, feeling that they are defenseless against all the dangers of the world. They react division, they react devisively and be belligerently out of the fear that they are no longer secure. Volatile. The volatile state of panic, fear and panic. Level 8 begin to suspect that everyone is out to get them. This can lead to irrational actions from the place of violence and aggression. Level 9 can grow hysterical. And self-destructive out of fear of danger and punishment. At this state, type 6, many become at great risk for suicide, alcoholism, or drug overdoses, as well as passive aggressive and paranoid personality disorder. All right, we're done today. Next week, we are on to the type 7 and type 9. Okay, see you next week. Bye bye. Thank you.